Yeah, that looks good.
All right. Good job, team. Simile.
Maximum effort.
We're doing our best.
Fucking hot in here.
So we gotta start recording. All right. We ready?
Yep.
All right.
Welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy Dirty D.
It's your boy Tech Daddy.
It's Queen Bee.
How do?
That's good enough, I guess.
I like that. You know what? That'll work.
Yeah, I will say that it flowed better than the last few weeks. So
Better
that's
than the
good.
last one you did. What was it? What'd you say? Something real weird.
Yabba dabba do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Flintstoning it.
And then they yabba dabba don'ted.
Yep, that we did.
We could do without that one.
That we did.
I can't.
Okay. Oh my God. We're back this week. We're finally on video, so welcome to the attic. You get the infamous attic that you've heard so much about, that is holding so many
Secrets?
I was gonna say peoples of a certain origin, but yes,
Those would be the secrets.
You could say that.
we could do that. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. We're still working on it, obviously, but we finally got some time together to make it this far. So welcome to the rough draft of the Required Taste on Video, coming at you live ish.
The rough draft.
We made it. We made progress today. All right.
We did a lot.
Man, I got there's a new desk.
We did something.
There's we're facing that way
Yeah.
now.
Should have did a before and after picture or
We
something.
should have.
The moments we've missed.
We're lucky this got accomplished.
That's true.
Honestly though, yeah, on a Saturday,
Yeah.
on our day off,
Yeah.
that's fair.
On the day of our Lord.
We are in an attic. It is technically that Sabbath.
It is. Yeah.
Friday at sundown.
Yeah. That's yep. Oh, the Bible. Anywho, so yeah, we're back this week. It's funny. I was thinking about this earlier before we started recording. I'm like, oh yeah. What am I doing?
Can you crank my
What number are you?
4?
Crank them.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Crank 'em.
I can't tell if it's falling out or if it's just the volume.
It was lower than the other ones were. So
Okay.
Fucking beard
that's-
hair in that thing.
Possibly.
there's a chance.
Maybe.
We're not gonna.
Stuffed in there.
Sounds good now.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good now.
I did raise it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the cable was dropping or it was just a volume issue.
It was a volume issue.
Okay.
We're fine. It's fine.
We're gonna roll with it.
Yeah, obviously we don't have a choice. I hit record. We don't edit these, so like I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I was thinking about this earlier, like the whole like oh yeah, Tech Daddy but I'm about to lose my job, so like am I really still Tech Daddy?
Well, you're still going to be another tech daddy at just a different company.
That's if I get the job. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's no matter what, that's the industry you're going to be in most likely. So.
I mean, yeah, probably. I don't really see myself doing anything else in my life.
I don't
Tech
think
daddy with
anyone.
multiple children. You know.
I don't think anyone can take tech daddy away from you.
Thanks.
That's yours forever.
I need that. I needed that.
Even once all the little microchips grow up.
It was a hell of a week though, because we obviously were off by a week. So sorry about that. We missed a week, but I was sick pretty much all of last week. I had a birthday, found I was getting laid off, had a very short vacation, got sick, and here we are. So, whoops. But hey, we're back. That's cool. DJ's here. We found him.
DJ is
Yeah,
here.
That's the thing. It's been what, like 4 episodes, 5?
You might find it a weird coincidence that there's dire wolves
Try that word again.
and woolly mammoth mice.
A coincidence.
Coincidence.
Oh, that seems like a racial. That seems like
That's a slur.
That's a slur.
It's a slur.
No, it is not.
Nothing's a slur the first time.
If you think that's a slur, send us an email. requiredtastepodcast@gmail.com.
We're just gonna get slurs now.
Send us your favorite slur.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God!
Don't do that. We are a mixed.
Who are you?
We are a mixed ethnicity podcast. Okay.
Maybe we'll get some good ones.
I mean, probably, but it's not the point.
It's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Are you me or John right now? What the hell's going on with Brandy?
I don't.
It's like define good.
Right. Well, we've been
Get the chart.
Put them in like one of those tier lists.
Chaotic, chaotic, neutral.
and
Lawful,
good.
good.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I meant to say is it's no coincidence while I was gone in the world, there happened to be dire wolves now and woolly mammoth mice. And
I think it
Well,
is.
we talked about that when you weren't here. So
yeah, maybe I was out doing some stuff,
Deflating your ego?
I'm about to say, is that what you were like trying to insinuate?
I think it was a total coincidence that they made supposedly dire wolves.
Right.
We
were
were
you
gone.
in Alaska by any chance?
Or the discount Russian
No.
Jurassic Park.
I was
Yeah.
not.
Or
Pleistocene Park.
the Arctic?
Antarctica, yes.
No,
Yeah.
the other way. North.
Whatever, Ben.
Like, there were penguins.
I was just at a zoo.
This is going great. This is going
I would
fantastic.
love to see that Snapchat of you and just do it. I'm in the Arctic, DJ, you fuck. Does it
With the penguins.
with the location tag, the
cold as hell.
geotag. Brookfield Zoo. It's not the Arctic, dude.
Jeez.
And why is it so fucking cold in here?
Yeah.
Indianapolis Zoo has a good penguin exhibit, actually. If I remember right, they like swim above you. You
many
go through like a
times-
catwalk with
I love when aquariums have things swimming above you.
Yeah,
It's like my favorite thing.
when they had that enclosure that you just walk through and whatnot.
Yeah.
As many times I go to Indianapolis, I've never been there.
Neither have I,
Yeah, I've been to the zoo just one whole time, but it was neat.
I've never spent any significant time.
Yeah, like a night.
Yeah, I'm there here and there. Like, I'm a Colts fan and a Bears fan, but I'm a Colts fan first, and I go to games like once a year. I'll go to Indy or that, like with the Speezax typically. Like we'll me and Jess and we'll double date the Speezax to go to a Colts and Raiders game. It's a good time. I mean, we stay down there the day before, have some drinks, have some food, go to the game, leave immediately after. It's like a nice little like short weekend getaway kind of deal.
Yeah.
I think Indy's perfect for just getting away for just a few days.
No, it is.
I couldn't see myself being there more than like 2 or 3 days though. Like I like Indy, but we have Chicago, so like,
Yeah.
Shout out to the Speezax.
Indeed. Yeah, actually I need to speak with Ashley about these new t-shirt designs.
Yeah.
We're cooking up. She's been busy. You know how it is. I mean, we're all adults. We all have jobs, kind of. And I've been making jokes about losing my job. It helps me. It helps me cope with this. It's like, hey, I heard you just had a birthday. Well, our birthday gift to you is unemployment.
Yep.
You're so welcome.
Our birthday gift is you never have to come back here again.
Honestly, though,
If they packaged it that way.
yeah, that's true. Actually, I've always hated my job anyways. I never made that a secret, so that's fine.
Yeah. You were already kind of
Well, stink bug's on the move.
One foot out the door. Oh, hey, there's
Jesus. Well, everyone can see him now.
Sam the stink bug.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Please don't name him.
Sammy!
Jeez. Not again.
We finally have a mascot.
We should put our pigeon up here.
Pigeon.
Big pitch. Oh, I forgot about that. I actually meant to do that. I meant to put it on a desk, and I completely forgot about that.
man.
That is my bad.
He'll be here next episode.
Yeah, next episode.
Do we have
watch
an
out.
actual pigeon?
We don't have a name for it yet.
We have
Yeah.
a stuffed pigeon.
Yeah, actually,
not
not
really.
actually.
Didn't I see it lying around somewhere?
It's downstairs on
Okay.
the island. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna do a poll,
We need to name the pigeon.
but people were supposed to send us in name ideas, and then we were gonna do a poll, but nobody sent us any name ideas.
That's not true. Actually, Ashley did send us one.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, not Spezak, but the other Ashley.
Which
Yeah, one.
what did she suggest?
I think she said John. Actually, was
We
one of
already
the.
have a judge.
Well, kind of. We haven't seen him in forever
He's
either.
a mascot for the Puerto Rican people.
Yep. It's funny, like, when people actually still, if they haven't been, like, long-time listeners, they're going to be like, what the fuck? He's not.
If anyone's seen Puerto Rican John, send us an email. podcast@gmail.com.
Right. You know, I also forgot that I have not done the intro, and that's my
Oh,
bad.
yeah. Let's do the intro.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because we're like,
How quickly the wheels fall off.
We're doing a new thing, you know.
well, yeah, it's a whole new
We're
setup.
discombobulated here.
Exactly,
We're
it's a
not
new
in
setup.
Our normal routine.
It's a whole new thing. Our listeners forgive us for a lot, actually, so it's fine. But yeah, if you are new to the podcast, One Acquired Taste, we are a history-based podcast with history, mystery, music here and there when we can. If you're new, thanks for coming on. You know, thanks for checking us out. We're pretty cool. We do some banter in the beginning, if you couldn't tell. Then we get into the topic. So stick around for a bit. You're going to hear us do this, and we'll get there. If you are a returning listener, thanks for the support. I mean, we finally did a video. We said we would, and we are people of our word.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Look,
We've been talking about video for 2 years.
I had to buy a house.
All in due time.
I had to buy a house. I had to find space in the house. I had to then buy a video camera, lights, and then do all this. All right.
Lights, camera, action.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not made out of money.
It is a process.
They don't call you Tech Daddy for nothing.
It is a process, and we had to save up our Patreon dollars.
Yeah.
All 7 of them.
Yep.
Got a slushy.
In this economy.
Fucking maybe.
But anyways, if you're a returning listener, we do appreciate you sticking with us for all these years. Thanks for, obviously all the support and the new ideas we've gotten. We will be covering those soon. And as per usual, I hope you drink water today. Go outside and get some fresh air. It's actually sunny out, so,
It is.
Sunflower a little bit. You deserve
though.
it. You deserve it. It's fine. Anyways, you get your forehead kisses. There we go. That's the first video of forehead kisses in the attic. There we go.
Well, didn't we do forehead kisses at
In the attic, though.
Oh, we
Panel
did.
Network?
In the attic, though.
In the attic.
the
Kisses
first.
in the attic.
Dude, I'm just saying.
That's what got Anne Frank
your
found
band. Your band should name your next album that.
Kisses in the attic.
Kisses in the attic.
I don't
It's a
think
good album name.
You know, well,
We have no flowers in here whatsoever.
we'll workshop that.
It's a good album name. Just saying. I'm just saying. I think it's a pretty good album name.
I'm
I'd listen
sure
to
it's a chapter in Anne Frank's diary.
Yeah, because that sounds like way better than Kisses in the Basement.
That
Completely
has
changes the tone.
That has a different connotation to it. Actually,
Really
like
does.
there's
Yes,
some downstairs things going on. Mm-hmm. By the way, congratulations for your band. By the way, on your new video that
Oh,
came
thank
out.
you.
That video was
Thank you,
dope.
guys.
Yeah, that video was good stuff.
Yeah, that was
So
good.
yeah, if you guys are not familiar with what we're talking about, Deej, tell the people what we're referring to.
Oh, yeah, my band dropped a new music video.
What's the band's name?
We're called East Moon. We're on all social media platforms. You can just type in We Are East Moon and you'll find us pretty much anywhere. Check it out on YouTube because we got to get the plays up on there. It's like when you post stuff like a full video on social media, you'll post it and it'll automatically post it as a reel, but you can only do 3 minutes. So it'll, like the video on Facebook will cut off after 3 minutes, but if you go to YouTube, it'll play the full video. Yeah, it was really cool. I don't know if you guys watched it. We had a Required Taste sticker.
I saw that.
in like the
I
beginning of
saw
the
it.
video.
He like kicks it aside. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
He kicks it.
Yeah.
And disrespects.
The disrespect.
No, it was fun. We got to work with some pretty cool people in Chicago, and a bunch of people came out last minute to help us out. So that was really cool.
That's dope. So yeah, for sure. Make sure y'all check that out. Support the people that support us. So and definitely East Moon's been supporting us since you guys formed. You guys have been repping the podcast.
Indeed.
And also, other good news that we got to announce too is Foreign Local. The people that have been, again, supporting us since the beginning, they finally opened up a new location. Well, they're not open yet, actually. They have the building, but they're not open, right?
Oh, no, he's not open officially. I believe they're still
Right.
working on. I think he's doing the barrel burning there. That's going to be his first,
That's a good idea.
Does he have a
Yeah.
date?
I don't know. I got to check his Facebook post, honestly. Actually, let me pull that up. Well,
Yeah, so if you're familiar with Foreign Local, they're the brewery that always does our beer every year. So we didn't do the one this year because they were moving from their old location to the new one. But they have the keys, they have the building, the ball is rolling for this at least. So keep an eye out for that. We're going to be definitely talking about them on the podcast. And hopefully we'll be able to work with them again this year. Our anniversary already passed, but I mean, who really cares?
Yeah, we can do something else.
We'll figure something.
He has no date on it, but he says it's going to be coming soon. But honestly, he's right on Kennedy Avenue in the downtown Hessville area. It's right about the 8094 exit. Super convenient, super good location.
Oh yeah, yeah. So again, the people that support us will definitely give you guys shout out. So I mean, again, we appreciate what Mikey's always been having our back since the jump. So
Yeah.
it's super cool having him support us. So we got to show the love. We'll keep you guys, just keep an eye out. We're gonna work something out. It's gonna be cool.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be cool. So as per usual, since DJ's actually back, what's our question for the day, man? What we got?
Yeah, I kind of want to play around with that. We were asking some of these questions before because of the episode we're talking about today. We're going to be talking heavily about Australia. And there's like 1,000 different ways to die in Australia. Actually, more. I feel like that's way under.
That's very under. There's
those
1,000
numbers
ways
are.
to die just in this attic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is structurally sound. It's fine.
But don't make noises at night.
Oh my God.
It's fair. It's a good way to get shot, really.
So I think Ben worded it the best, which was what? Which animal would you rather be killed by in Australia?
Oh.
Is that the way you asked it?
No, I thought you asked like if you had to fight.
Oh, yeah, if you had to
animal.
fight. Yeah,
Which
that's
one
what
would
it
you
was.
fight or something like that?
If you had to fight, okay.
I think that's the way I was going.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I said mouse.
Okay.
And then you were like,
Oh yeah,
the
that's right.
Australian
I looked
saber-toothed mouse.
like 72 recorded kills.
Yeah.
No.
72 people per year die by the saber-toothed mouse.
No, that's not okay.
Oh
not
my
okay.
God. That's hilarious.
That shouldn't be a thing.
I want to say something cuddly like a koala, but koalas have chlamydia, so
They are rage-induced chlamydia drug addicts.
Angry
Yeah.
little fuckers.
You can fight a drop bear.
See, I feel like I might get along really well with the koala if that's the case.
But the chlamydia, though.
If I'm smoking some gas, you know.
But the chlamydia, though, like we're glazing over.
Who am I to judge?
You could fight a drop bear. Like a version or a subspecies or something of the koala that just drops from branches onto its prey.
That's
I
terrifying.
found out about it because
How
of
big is this
researching
fucker?
this.
fucker? What's the size of
Brady will
it?
find out.
The drop bear?
hang on.
Yeah, it was the drop bear.
That's like
That's
its actual
insane.
name.
Yeah, or at least how I heard it.
Wow.
That's a lot going on there.
So, okay, so I kind of like that idea. If you were...
It's a mythical, it's not real.
No?
No.
Oh,
It's a mythical predatory marsupial in Australian folklore that resembles a vicious, oversized koala. It's a hoax used to scare tourists.
I talked to the casual criminalist. That's where I heard it from.
All right.
They use it to scare tourists. What's it called? A drop bear?
Drop bear, yeah.
Look
Say,
at
"Oh,
them.
you cheeky fuckers when you go out
That's
there.
like an Australian snipe hunt, then.
Beware of the infamous drop bear. He'll jump right out of your knickers and punch you right in your fucking bloker.
Do they say knickers in Australia?
I think that's more
bloker?
English than anything.
Yeah.
Which actually, I
That's
also
the word that got you.
I also brought up a list of 125 different slangs you can use in Australia.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we're gonna need that.
I know they call McDonald's Maccas.
Meccas?
Maccas.
Maccas, yeah.
Maccas.
That's Devastated is Devo.
Like the band?
Yeah.
Like good.
Like, oh, I'm Devo, mate.
I feel like I've heard that
Diva.
in use.
Facebook is Facey.
It's basically they're just like, they take any word and just make it sound a little cuter.
Or shorter.
That's unfortunate. In Australian, fuck me dead.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought it was "fuck me sideways." Is that an Australian thing, or is
I
that?
think that's
just
American.
yeah,
I
that's
feel like
American.
I always hear
American as
that
fuck.
here. I mean, I've said it.
Oh,
I don't know how many times.
okay.
Oh God, I'm only on like the M's right now.
So what animal?
Fair enough. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm like,
back to the
going
question.
Well, I
completely
know
off the
I've heard
rails.
them say, I've heard people in Australia say aggro for aggressive.
Aggro. Oh yeah, that was on
Aggro.
here.
I feel like I've heard that from surfers and snowboarders too.
There's
though.
about 5 or 6 of them that have the word piss in it.
Oh, yeah.
because of course.
Yeah, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense.
I like how the one is just pissed to urinate.
Sure.
I mean,
Technically, that's slang, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Or piss up a party or to get together.
okay.
Brekkie.
Yeah, okay.
Breakfast.
Another good one. So yeah, what animal would you fight in Australia?
You. I mean, it's hard to not want to pick the kangaroo. Go with the classic.
Those things can fuck you up.
I know,
Have you
that's
seen
why
them?
it's a challenge.
I've seen videos where they're like super jacked.
They're pretty swole.
Have you seen those things?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bringing a gun.
Have you
Fuck
seen the video
Australia.
where have you seen the video where the kangaroo has the guy's
The dog,
dog in a
the dog.
headlock?
Yeah,
and the guy
fucking
just
clocked his shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Wrecked
funny
him.
watching that kangaroo kind of get stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Like,
like,
that
what
was
the
like,
fuck?
holy
That was a good hit.
I enjoy that just because it's like whenever like somebody's like, oh, like what if you bit a shark? He's like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
Well, I just like with the tail, they're kind of like a punch me clown. And so even if you do kind of get them, just like, oh.
Oh god.
like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay, I guess.
Well, that's their thing. They like bounce on their tail and they fucking
Yeah.
claw you.
Oh, yeah.
you know?
It's a stabilizer. It's
Yeah.
literally a shock absorber, more or less.
All of these sound terrible. Stonefishes.
Stonefish do terrify me, yeah, because like I don't swim in the ocean, but I'll put my feet in there.
No.
But yeah, the stonefish, it'll stab you. It has like a
I've a bunch of spines.
and the spine will stick you in the foot, and you will die because it is poisonous.
Yeah, none of these looks fun at all. Oh, the Australian paralysis tick.
Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah.
Nah, dude,
A blue bottle?
a bottle of what?
You can't do anything in Australia. You can't. You just got to go to the bathroom, and it's like I got to fight a fucking rattlesnake in the
A
toilet.
cone snail?
One of the most
snails?
dangerous.
The snails can kill you?
You know what comedian was that was talking about snails? It's like
How about a red rummed parrot?
It says one sting from this predatory snail could kill many adults.
you know what comedian was that was talking about?
Predatory snail.
There was a comedian that was talking about snails, and he was like you're like snails are slow as fuck, but then boom, out of nowhere, snail.
Yeah. They sneak up on you.
Oh, you know what? I think I might want to fight either a northern or southern cassowary.
Dude, cassowaries are scary.
Oh, let me see what
Yeah.
this fucking guy looks like.
Cassowaries are like emus, but they look more like dinosaurs.
Oh, they have
Yeah,
emus too.
How big is this?
They do
fucker?
have. Well, we had a whole episode about
cute.
Australia's
Oh
emus.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about it.
Cassowaries,
I don't know what I was
they're
thinking.
smaller than emus, but they're like pretty freaking.
Oh, yeah, they have that bone thing, don't they? That's where, yeah.
Yeah,
They look the most like
just for
dinosaurs.
tradition, I'm
Yeah.
picking the emu.
Yeah, that was
for
in
tradition.
Jurassic Park 3. I remember.
Well, they
How
also
sharp
have
his beak
talons,
is.
but they have talons on their feet too, though. They're
wanna
pretty
fight
much
that
raptors.
thing?
Yeah, why not? It's a
Yeah.
fight. Let's go.
Big old.
They
set of
sound
fucking-
crazy as hell
You
too.
know, Australia lost a war against the emus, right?
We had a whole episode.
Australia lost the war. The U.S. is entering the chat.
Our light on the camera is going out.
I see that. Maybe this needs to charge longer, maybe.
No.
Probably.
Yeah, well, for next time.
Did you just Australia that?
Yeah, we'll get it right next time. It's fine. Let's try to run into
It's
it.
either that or the red rum.
How many
Just
ti-
because
how
I
many-
feel like it needs to be taken out for its name.
Sure.
How many times do you think an Australian actually had to fight one of these fucking birds?
Which ones?
Cassowary.
Yeah.
Oh, they're to this day probably.
Yeah. Because they're also really territorial. I actually know a little bit about them, and
Yeah.
they're like very territorial. They sound crazy as hell. Like their actual call, insane.
Look at this little
God.
Pokemon.
What the hell are the ones? Are they magpies?
Spike balls.
Look how
The
cute
ones
he
that
is.
come down and hit you? I think that's Australian. I think it's a
It
magpie.
fucking is.
I know in Australia they have kookaburras. That's an Australian bird.
Not the one I'm thinking of.
Look at this little guy. Look at how cute he is.
I'll fucking box all these animals. This is
He looks like a little Pokemon.
We can kick it.
That's about what I expected.
trying to win this fight or not.
This is going as well as I expected it to.
So yeah, final answer for tradition. I'm fighting the emu.
Yeah.
I'm fighting a koala. For sure.
You're like, I already got chlamydia.
Yeah. It's like, you don't scare me.
DJ showed up with condoms on his hands.
I fight smart, not hard.
But the
Ironic.
condoms like, yeah, that's right.
Fucking ironic.
There's the joke.
But this cassowary is a definite second.
Yeah.
I'd love to rock this motherfucker right in the goddamn jaw, right in the beak, right in the bottom of the beak. Send his head spinning like a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon.
I want to know how it tastes.
Win the fight, we can find out.
It's fair. That's
It's
very
the
fair.
only way is to knock it. You got to kill it
Obviously,
yourself with your own hands.
What's Brandy
Yes.
fighting? I don't think she picked.
Have you seen a quokka?
Oh yeah, those little dudes.
Look at him.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they got the puffy.
You guys wouldn't even fight.
No, we would just hang out.
Just be wrestling around.
I know
on the
that.
ground.
I'd be like tickling him. It would tickle fight.
Oh my god.
I got to take this cassowary picture off the screen. It's just making me mad. Look at that.
Like I gotta book a trip to Australia really fast.
Blue-necked bitch. Fuck you.
It's a good statement. It's fair.
Somehow I'm convinced that we're not getting a fight answer out of Brandy.
I don't want to fight any of the animals.
Yep, that's about
It's
it.
animals I'd like to get close to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animals I would like to cuddle.
Animals she would like to hide from the three of us
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Actually.
in an Australian attic.
Right.
I'm gonna take
Brandy's
my
art.
fuzzy little critters and keep you guys from fighting them.
Did you pick one, Aaron?
I was thinking about it, and the thing is, like, I don't really want to fight one, but I would love to drop kick the actual shit out of a kangaroo. Just right 2 feet, right in his chest.
They seem
What's
like
he gonna
assholes.
do? Even if he cocks back, he's still gonna eat it.
Right, the whole
There's
time.
no
Right.
escape.
If he cocks back, it might be in the pouch.
Well, if you fight one of those jacked ones, it's probably like a male kangaroo.
Probably.
Do they have pouches? Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm approaching Looney Tunes rules. Everything has a pouch.
Because that's the worst part is I don't want to get housed by a fucking kangaroo. You know, where I come in
How'd you
strong.
get that black eye?
Hold on, say it in Australian. Say it in-
Okay, I googled it, and male kangaroos do not have pouches.
Okay, well,
Okay, there you go.
I learned that. Oh, it was the
Kick 'em right in the-
Quokka. That animal's the one that throw their young at predators.
Oh my God, yeah!
Like, yeah.
I forgot. Yeah,
From the videos.
we had that conversation.
Just remember that. Like I'm gonna run away. Fuck this kid. I can make another one.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
This
That's
is what I
like,
made you for.
You're saving your mother.
This is why I named you guys 1 and 2.
oh man,
I let you live this long, you little fucker.
that's like there's some kids movie that has like a mom possum in it, and all of her babies are like riding on her back, and she's talking about how tough it is to be a mom or whatever, and she's like, I've got 14, and then you hear one of them like scream bloody murder in the background. 13 kids.
That's right. It's accurate. Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, dude. You want to take us into this topic, man?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be talking about the Lindy and Michael Chamberlain case, otherwise known as, you guys have probably heard the term, the dingo took my baby.
Dingo ate my baby.
Dingo ate my
Right. I think it
baby.
was the Dingo ate my baby.
Yeah.
Well, the dingo ate my baby was what Seinfeld made fun of it for and turned it into.
That's
I
kind
think a
of
dingo ate your baby.
When she originally said it on the news, she said a dingo took my baby. And so I'll get into that
That's-
later because when America got wind of this, they fucking made a mockery of it.
they sure
yeah.
did.
like a
Oh,
son of
that's
a
not
bitch.
surprising.
Yeah.
It's just like the coffee cup thing all over again.
Yeah.
Seinfeld also did.
the McDonald's thing. Mm-hmm.
This was
Yeah.
also known in court legal terms, I guess, called the dingo defense,
Okay.
is what they would call it, because I guess a dingo was going to be on trial.
This is going to be a long hour. I can feel it.
Let's get into it.
Okay, where are we at here? Yeah, August 17th, 1980, in Azuro, Australia, there's this kind of this like national monument. It's this big rock that's about 1,100 feet in the air. It's huge. It's literally just a massive fucking rock.
Rulu
in-
or Iluru? One of those.
Uluru, I think, is
Yeah,
where it's at.
Uluru. It's like in the Australian like outback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the northern part of Australia. It's a
Yeah.
place people go to camp and things like that. Like I said, it's just a really big rock.
It looks
climbers
like
go
Devil's
there.
Tower here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a big,
Almost.
big like round kind of
Yes.
shaped
Yeah.
rock, really large. A lot of people go there to camp. Lindy and Michael Chamberlain had 3 children. They were married for a few years at the time. Michael was a minister at a local church.
They were Seventh-day Adventists, which
Oh.
Seventh-day Adventists were, note this for later, they were not common in Australia at the time. They're pretty common here in America, but in Australia, nobody knew what Seventh-day Adventists were.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Also, I went immediately back to what Brandy said about the 14 versus 13 kids when DJ said they had 3 kids.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's awful.
It is foreshadowing, and that's just
These are
okay.
innocent people.
That is okay.
I should put a little disclaimer on this before we really get into it. We are going to talk about dead children.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't into that,
Trigger warning.
it's not your thing. Probably not the episode for you. We got plenty more that might fit your style.
Yeah, the Emu War one's pretty good. So if you don't want to hear about dead children, go back and listen to Dead Emus.
But you still want to hear about Australia.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And a war that Australia lost to emus.
And the cartoon that it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a good point that you brought up about what they were, because they were going on basically a vacation. They had 3 fucking kids. They just had their third child, which is going to be little Azaria. And this is the main character basically we're going to be talking about.
She was tiny. She was only 9 weeks old at the time of this incident.
Little fucking baby.
Little tiny baby.
So they get a chance to go on vacation, and I think it was kind of something involved with their church or something, why they were going camping, or they were trying to meet other friends or recruit people, things like that. So, you go to this big national land park. Of course, there's areas you can just set up tent and
dispersed
camp
camping.
out. Yeah, you know what I mean? So they and their 3 children are hanging out all day. They end up later on that night. It's kind of like a community area. People are out sitting, barbecuing.
Yeah, it's a campground. So there's there's a bunch of tents kind of around. There's campers. There's like communal areas.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people close by them.
Yeah, and throughout the day, they had went hiking and done stuff like that. Lindy had claimed to have seen a dingo, what she thought to be seen stalking her while she was hiking with little baby Azaria. There's pictures of her with little baby Azaria, like on the rock, just cute little pictures they're taking.
And for the record, basically, dingoes are what happen when a wolf is halfway to being domesticated into a dog.
Yeah,
Basically where it's stopped halfway.
Yeah.
But they're wild animals for sure.
No, it's a wild dog.
Yes, they're wild Australian dogs. They look cute. Like you could pet them and take them for a walk.
Yeah, they really do.
But you absolutely
they
cannot.
look more dog than wolf.
Yeah, they look like dogs. They're adorable, but...
And at the time in the 80s, there was really nobody advocating against the dingoes. I guess they really hadn't had too much of a problem. I think there was only one lady who was like, prior to that, was like, there's going to be a fucking dingo problem here,
Yeah.
So the people on the campground that they were hanging out with that night, throughout the day, I guess, had been kind of feeding this dingo breadcrumbs.
Yeah, there was a dingo hanging around because one guy, it came up to his camper and he took pictures of it.
Oh, yeah, in the van. That's right. Yeah.
That was like a half an hour before this happened.
Yeah, so they were basically, this was kind of like entertainment for them. Like this dingo was coming around and they're, fucking drinking Fosters or wrestling fucking scorpions, whatever Australians do.
Wrestling scorpions?
Boxing kangaroos.
Obviously.
DJ has a problem with scale.
It's fine.
Ironic for your industry.
Prove me wrong first.
You're wrong.
Look it up right now.
I mean, maybe a thumb wrestle. Maybe.
You don't know how big the scorpions in Australia get?
And all, they're not person sized.
I've never met an Australian personally.
Yeah, they could be tiny.
I'm just saying.
They could be scorpion sized.
Might be possible. They could be really smart.
I'm not even touching that. I'm not touching that.
I mean, we could watch Crocodile Dundee and watch him walk around New York City for scale.
So the mother takes baby Azaria at kind of later towards the night. She puts baby Azaria in the tent with one of her brothers, which I think was like around 9 years old at the time. And she basically comes out to the community area to hang out. She's like, baby's with her brother.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm fine. About 10 minutes later, they hear a baby cry. And
it wasn't just them. It was a lot of people at the campground heard a baby cry.
Yeah, a few people heard it. Lindy came running to the tent where she finds basically a big old pile of blood.
Well, she sees a dingo leaving her tent.
Yes, she does see the dingo.
She sees a dingo, And she says in an interview, in one of her early interviews, that she couldn't see if the dingo had anything in its mouth because the light from the campground was like cutting off at the top of the dingo's body. So the dingo's mouth was below the line of the light. So she saw like the top of the dingo and like shoot it away and was like, get out of here. And the dingo took off. And then she went in the tent to check on her child.
Yeah, I had read that
you
that
sneaky
shooed.
fucker.
Huh?
I had read that she shooed one.
Yeah,
like
she
you're saying.
shooed the dingo. Like she saw the dingo coming out of her
Yeah.
tent and she was like, get out of here, you know? Like she was like, get away from my tent, basically. But she couldn't see if it had anything in its mouth.
Yeah. And inside of the tent was kind of a bloody mess. The brother also was saying Dingo took Baba and it's in his belly when they first interviewed the kid. So basically, the mom came out was like, Dingo took my baby.
Yeah,
you know?
she panicked. She ran out of the tent, started screaming for anyone, for her husband or anyone, if they had a torch, meaning like a flashlight. And she said that dingo, she either said that dingo or that dog took my baby.
Oi, give me a flashy.
Give me a torch.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't think a flashy means what you think it means.
I don't think it means what they think it means
Everybody
either.
fucking.
Yeah, about to see
Yeah,
something.
put those away. We're trying to find the kid.
Right, I don't want to see your pan scorpion.
So yeah, this basically started a big fucking search. Like everybody in the campground, I think they said around like 300 people that were there in the campground basically started searching. About 4 kilometers away, they said, which I don't know. I should have looked that up.
Her
fuck that.
clothes,
Yeah, they found
2.5 miles.
2.5 miles. Okay, so
4,000 meters.
yeah, 2.5 miles. They found the clothing. And there's no sign of the baby.
No, they
Baby's
found her. She was wearing a black and white jumpsuit. They found her bloodied jumpsuit. They found her little booties and her diaper. And then it was said, her mother had said, Lindy said that she was wearing a jacket, but they did not find a jacket
Yeah, that was that'll come into play
later.
Yeah.
a lot later. So basically, they can't find the kid. This starts a whole fucking huge search, and of course, it's a big story in Australia. Probably one of the biggest stories at the time in the '80s of the famously quoted "A dingo took my baby," because that's what she said on the news. You know.
Yeah.
So then starts the investigation. They really start looking for it. They start trying to find traces, prints, any blood spatter, anything that they could find.
Which they did find a lot of dingo prints around the tent.
Yeah, and but that's also, you know, because there was the dingo around
Yeah.
that day. But like we were saying, the dingo was kind of just probably stalking, you know, just waiting for a good chance. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So this was basically going to start a huge investigation now, because basically half of the people that are watching this news story don't believe Lindy.
One of the early things that people were saying, which is so heartbreaking, like after knowing everything, was that a lot of people felt like she did it because they weren't seeing her express enough emotion in these interviews.
She wasn't mourning
Yeah,
correctly.
she wasn't grieving or whatever the way that
Yeah.
they thought she should be, which is insane because everybody grieves differently.
Yeah.
She lost her child in a very horrific way. Not
Yeah.
even just her child, a tiny little baby, a 9-week-old baby.
yeah.
And she's going through something unimaginably traumatic. And then there are people on watching her interviews on the news being like, oh, she's not crying enough.
I think this was like Australia's Ramsey case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the same notes were being hit.
Yeah, one of the biggest starters was the fact that Michael Chamberlain did not help the search party to search for little baby Azaria when they first went out. He basically, right from the get-go, told them she's already dead. And he also was saying stuff like, she's already dead, I'm a man of God, I would know. Which a lot of people took note of that, you know.
He later said in an interview that he didn't say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if he is lying about not saying that or what, but he did say in an interview later that he didn't say that.
That's so fucking crazy. Like, to not go search. He's like, well,
So did he?
That was another one.
Did he dispute saying it, or did he dispute not searching as well?
The interview that I watched, they didn't say anything about him not searching. They just asked about what he said.
Yeah.
And he said, I never said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a big suspicious thing right out the gates. And then they had a couple individuals in particular who were not believing Lindy and Michael's story based on some of the evidence that they started looking into when they searched the vehicle, when they searched the area, no traces of any of the clothing. I think probably one of the first ones that was a little bit suspicious was the jumpsuit that she was wearing, the clothing. They were saying that it didn't look like it was torn off by a dingo
Or scattered.
or scattered.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said during forensics that it appeared to be cut with scissors.
Yeah, a professor from London said that it looked to him like it was cut with scissors.
Yeah, they had people from all over like giving because this became like a world thing, after a while, because this case dragged on for a while, a few years. So that was the first thing that was kind of going against Lindy. The second thing that they had was that they found what at first they thought was traces of blood in the vehicle. So one of the theories that they had was that Lindy, in that 10-minute period, she may have took the baby into her car, slit the baby's throat, and then and basically placed the baby in the woods.
They said that she stuffed her body in a camera bag.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
And the reason that they thought that she slit her throat was because there was on the jumpsuit they found there was like a pattern of blood around the neck, which makes perfect sense when you're talking about a predator going after prey. They go for their neck because that's the easiest way to kill them. So I don't know why that was just automatically assumed to be like, oh, she slit her throat.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was there was Aboriginal people too that were tracking and trying to find his area during this time, and all of the Aboriginal people who were like experts in animal tracking and in stuff like this, they all kind of unanimously agreed that they supported Lindy in her story. They did not. They thought they were pretty certain that the baby was taken by a dingo.
Yeah.
And all of the people on the campsite too, the witnesses at the campsite, they were most all of them, I believe, were in support of Lindy's story.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of crazy how bad the forensics was and the way that they handled the case.
It was terrible.
So basically, her and Michael Chamberlain get arrested for the murder of Azaria Chamberlain. Michael is getting arrested for accessory to murder. Lindy is getting arrested for first-degree murder. They go to court, and 1982, this is a year later after this is all happening now, she gets officially charged with murder, and Michael gets charged with accessory to murder.
Well, the coroner's inquest found them innocent. The coroner's inquest, the initial investigation, the coroner ruled that she died as a result of being attacked and taken by a wild dingo, but he posed that her body might have been taken from the dingo and disposed by a person or persons unknown as a cover-up.
Yes.
So
I see it now.
So he was saying that the Chamberlains didn't kill her, but someone took her body and did something with it. And then the police were basically not satisfied with that. They're like, okay, well, so, and to me, it kind of sounded like the coroner was maybe, I don't know, suggesting that it wasn't necessarily the parents, but it might have been someone else.
Yeah, that somebody was involved in the murder, for sure. Yeah, a person was involved in it.
Correct. But the police took it as it's the parents. The parents did it.
Yeah.
So they were basically bound and determined to convict this mother of killing her child, no matter what they had to do. Yeah. They had it in their minds that she was guilty and nothing was going to change it.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was. So that's what called the first inquest.
Yes. Yep.
And then that's what they go through the inquest, and then they finally find that there's enough as evidence to find her guilty and actually charge her guilty of that. which would have been September the following year.
Yeah, that was the reinvestigation.
Well, they did the inquiry thing, I think 4 times total.
Yeah.
Like
The
they
first-
went
the first-
back and forth.
The first inquest found them innocent, but then the police pushed.
Okay, and then the second one is
Yes.
the one that they got
Yep.
found guilty. Okay.
Yep, they were unhappy with the results, so they continued gathering evidence, and then that's when the car thing came into play.
Yeah.
They tested their car, and they found what they claimed to be fetal hemoglobin, so like infant blood, in the car. They also found underneath I believe the passenger side dash, they found what to them appeared to be arterial like blood splatter. So like if like someone were to cut their throat, their arteries would like spray outward with blood.
Yeah.
And that's what they were claiming to see inside the car.
Yeah. Okay.
And they tested it, and it showed up positive for infant blood, essentially.
Yeah, it tested positive for like, it's called like copper oxide or something like that.
Yeah, well, so later, that piece of evidence was debunked because a scientist came in, and there's a lot of that copper oxide where the Chamberlains lived. In their like town, in their area, it's dust that's in the air, basically. It comes from the dust in the air. And if you test that copper oxide with a blood test, it shows up as positive for blood.
Yeah.
And then the spray ended up being overspray from the car, the painting of the car.
Yeah, red spray paint.
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That it was just red spray paint.
But
Crikey.
But before that was debunked, the police and the prosecutors had this evidence that they thought was pretty solid. They had it's testing positive for fetal blood in the car. There's blood spray patterns. They had not debunked that yet. So that seemed like very, very compelling evidence.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing too, where they had the doctor or the scientist about the scissors cutting the clothing, that was another huge piece of evidence. And they hadn't found anything yet, so there's like nothing, nothing happening. And like I said, this happens 4 times where she goes for an appeal. I think one of the times she actually gets granted a little bit of freedom before she has to go right back. And goes through the appeal process, gets locked up. Goes through the appeal process, gets locked up. Goes through the appeal process, gets locked up. And each time gaining a little bit more of information from the case.
Another thing that kind of this is one of the things that was very like they were found guilty in the court of public opinion very early. One of the things that a lot of people were kind of claiming, and it was complete fiction, was that because they were Seventh-day Adventists and people didn't really understand what Seventh-day Adventists were, they were considered like religious nuts, and that people were saying
members.
that like they were in a cult or something, and people were saying that they sacrificed her, and someone made up the idea that Azaria means sacrificed in the wilderness or something.
There's a big wormhole.
And they're like,
that one.
no, it definitely doesn't mean that. Like that was just completely made up.
Yeah, that's
But it spread like wildfire. I mean, this was the 80s. This wasn't when you could just really quickly go look what the name Azaria means on the internet.
But it would still happen today.
Yeah.
Like that's the
oh yeah, absolutely.
that's the hilarious part. Is with or without the internet, we've always been this way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But it was like there was all of this kind of conjecture and stuff being spread around that was very not true in any way.
Yeah. And then there was the hair scientist, which I'm struggling to remember what his case was exactly.
Did it involve hair?
So there was hair, animal hair, found on Azaria's clothing, but the initial investigators claimed that it was cat hair. Okay. So this later on, or well, actually during the investigation, an expert in animal hair, that was like literally his profession. He wrote a book about animal hair. He offered his services to the police saying, can I take a look at the hair? I can determine whether it's cat hair or dingo hair. And the police were like, no, thanks. good.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We got it. And he actually said, he said that he called, and this is in an interview, he claims that he called the police station and he offered his services, and the police told him, nah, she did it anyway, so.
I don't care if it's your mother's ass hair. We don't want it.
Yeah.
I swear on Foster's, she done did it.
Oh, God.
And there were so many times when people like either came up with contradictory evidence or they had an idea of how to test something or like whatever, and they would talk to the police about it, and the police would be like, nah, she did it. So we're just not gonna talk to you.
Yeah. So not only was she having a bunch of doctors that were trying to help out during the case, there was a lot of just people in Australia that were like, she's fucking innocent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
She got a lot of petitions signed to get the government to look into the inquiry, you know, and to be like, she didn't do this, you know what I mean?
Oh, during this whole trial too, she's actively pregnant.
Oh, that's right.
That was another thing that hanged her.
Mikey, fucking banging one in. During the conjugal visits,
we're not going to be down one for long.
Oh man,
jeez.
Don't worry about his area.
We'll get the family.
That actually really worked against her because they were saying that like it felt like
moved
she
on too long.
It felt like she was making a mockery of the justice system or whatever by being pregnant while on trial for killing her baby. So her being like. She was pretty far along too. Like she was 6-7 months pregnant or something during all of this. It really worked against her, unfortunately.
Yeah, it wasn't really looking good for her. And we're kind of around 1984 at this point. So she's been in jail for a couple years.
And they have never found a body, mind you. They never found a body.
Nobody was
ever found, which is it's traditionally very difficult to get a murder conviction without a body.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll fast forward a little bit to 1986. A hiker was rock climbing on the National Landmark.
She was sentenced to life in prison, by the way.
Oh, that's what she got sentenced to? Life?
She was found guilty, and she was sentenced to life in prison with hard labor.
And I think it... and I think it flies in the face of what their what was it? Infanticide Act of like 1938 or something like that. They had a law in the books, basically, more or less, covering the fact that if somebody if a mother kills whatchamacallit, a baby inside before it's one, recognizing that people that do that aren't in their right mind, typically.
Oh, because like it could be postpartum
related,
like okay.
And whatnot, and the law went like all the way back to the 30s. And one of the things I was listening to made a point of saying that, and because it kept women off of the death penalty in those cases.
Okay. Yeah, well, she was sentenced to life, and then Michael was found guilty as an accessory after the fact.
Yeah.
And he was given a suspended sentence.
That's what it was, a suspended sentence.
Yes.
I couldn't remember what they called it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have such weird terms.
She gave birth to the baby while in prison, and the baby was taken from her at birth and given to Michael. So.
Yeah, there was she was going through court with like foster care with the kids and all kinds of stuff like that during all of this.
Yeah, it was very traumatizing for their whole family. It was very upsetting and very like they went through it.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good.
They did an interview with did you see the interview with the one of their sons?
No.
So they did an interview with one of the boys, the little boys, and they were asking him like crazy questions that they probably should not have been asking a child. Like one of them, they're like, how do you think this kid's like 6, and they're like, how do you think your mommy's handling jail? And the kid just like breaks down and start crying and goes, I don't want to talk about that. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It was terrible.
That's so fucked.
Yeah.
It's even worse that the question was asked in that fucking accent.
Yeah.
Oh, you little fucker. How's it feel? Your mother's the worst person on the fucking planet.
What do you think your mom was thinking when she murdered your baby sister with her bare hands in cold blood?
God damn it. They just hold the mic to his face. Like,
Orange is the new room.
holy shit. So,
That
like,
can't be a real place. It can't be a real fucking place.
I guess to turn it up a little bit, so it's not so fucking dark. When this got to America,
Oh my god.
this is where the story kind of took off into where, like, the only thing America knew was that a dingo took a baby. That's it. And
Which it was kind of seen as like a thing that someone was claiming happened but didn't actually happen. Like everyone assumed that she was lying about it.
yeah, exactly. There's a bunch
Or was
of
just a terrible parent.
Like without knowing anything about the case, anything about the situation, I feel.
such cases as 1991 episode of the Seinfeld,
Seinfeld.
where Elena says, "Oh, the dingo ate your baby,"
Yeah.
which is where we think of the first thing.
That's the first time I ever heard it.
Another one would be Simpsons episode where Bart is prank calling Australia.
That is a solid episode.
Yeah.
I hear a dingo eating your
That is
baby.
$800 reduce.
Is that the same? Where he's like, "You call that a knife?" This
Oh
is a
yeah,
knife.
I see you played Knifey Spoony before.
Yeah, that is funny.
One beer, please.
Yes, the barrel.
That's a barrel. That's a great episode.
Conan on the Conan O'Brien show made fun of this several times. Tropic Thunder.
I feel like every talk show was making fun of it.
Anything about Australia?
yeah, I mean-
yeah,
All the late night guys.
yeah.
It was in the Rugrats movie.
Was it really?
What? It was like one of the reporters.
Oh.
There's like a reporter in the Rugrats movie interviewing like the parents, and she's like, what did she say? Like, I heard a dingo ate your baby.
Jeez, I don't remember that.
It just became the big. It was a meme, basically. It was an 80s meme.
I think I'm kind of remembering that because I've actually watched the Rugrats movie before.
Yeah.
It's on Paramount. I'm watching it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to 1986. A hiker that was hiking on or rock climbing on the rock that they were camping at.
David Brett.
David Brett is his name.
Yeah.
Falls off. And they start a search for David Brett where
He
they
did die, unfortunately.
Yeah, he did as fuck.
Rest in peace.
Yep. Don't fucking rock climb by yourself.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do
In
that.
Australia, at
Yeah, like
least.
you already have shit to kill you.
In general,
Now you're adding gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're right. The one that's killing us slowly.
Yeah. Which in Australia, it's well known that gravity has teeth.
Yeah, this gravity's not hard enough.
I'm going to go to that poison gravity.
Jeez.
Death gravity. Is that why you never see all like UFO sightings in Australia? Like they know better,
Because of the death gravity.
right? Am I wrong about that?
Well, I mean, the aliens probably know it's an old prison
Shoot
colony.
a
And
fucking
just,
boomerang at it.
yeah.
You cheeky fucker.
I wonder.
They just fall
I
down.
wonder if that's still a prominent thing. I can't remember the last time I saw a boomerang.
Boomerang?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's the first thing I think of when I think of Australia. Boomerang
Same.
and Crocodile Dundee.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah, there it is.
A didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo. Oh yeah. Should have had a didgeridoo noise for this
Oh,
episode.
man, yeah.
I guess it's a didgeridoo. Better do.
Okay, so this hiker,
You're welcome.
What, Brandy?
the hiker.
Yes, the hiker.
So, yeah, the
I
hiker.
thought you were
So they go on
starting your own point.
They go on a search for the hiker's body, and it leads them to basically like what is like a dingo den, where dingoes would get whatever food they got, brought it back there and eat. So they
Sounds like a nightclub. I'm not going to lie.
The Dingo
Dingo
Den.
Dingo Den.
It's like an underground Australian gay club.
Yep, that's it.
kind of want to look it up.
I don't want that in my search history.
It's a fucking real
Get
thing.
some tail at the Dingo Den.
So during this search,
We have chlamydia.
God damn.
So that's the koala den.
Drink some of this here koala juice. God.
That's like that's what they call their shooters.
I just saying somebody wringing out a koala,
I can imagine the koala's a bartender.
right?
Again, the chlamydia. Keep glancing over that.
I can very easily see a koala in like a vest with that like arm cuff thing.
Just whatever you do, don't look him in the eye.
Nope.
Don't look the koala in the eye. So during this search, they find the matinee jacket that Lindy had been fucking profusely proclaiming that Azaria was wearing. Lindy was like fucking dead on. She was
She was wearing a jacket.
Yeah.
And they basically like were calling her a liar because they're like, well, no, we never found a jacket. We found all our other clothes, but we never found a jacket.
Guess the dingo might still have it.
And one of the things was like she didn't have any like there was no I guess blood on her sleeves and like the rest of the back of the jacket or the back of the jumpsuit, and she was like, well, that's because she was wearing a jacket, and they were like, well, we don't believe you, you're lying, basically. But they found it. And what's crazy is the guy who found the jacket was actually he was part of the search party for this guy, but that he was actually also part of the original search party for Azaria.
Wow.
So he saw the jacket and he knew immediately what it was.
I'm going to make a bold statement.
Oh, that's not new.
Here we go.
There is a direct relation to the search party capabilities of nations that were born from shooting the British and nations that didn't.
What?
Okay.
Some examples of this?
They're reminding me exactly of the Mounties that I talked about in the Missing 411.
Oh.
Okay.
The Canadians were notorious for not shooting their British overlords.
That's true.
Whereas we search a lot better here. A lot better.
Do we?
We do. Far better than them. Far better. Proceed,
Some of those missing 411 cases beg to differ.
Yeah, we can circle back to that.
Yeah.
Just, let's do the old episode. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
So them finding this jacket was basically definitive proof that Lindy had not been lying this whole entire time.
Yep.
5 years.
And then that's when a lot of this evidence ended up getting debunked. After this happened, they found the jacket. There was like, I forget what they called it. There was like a committee that was formed. It was like the Chamberlain Innocence Committee or something.
Yeah.
And they were like, after the jacket was found, they formed this committee to try to like bring it to the Supreme Court and try to get a retrial.
Was that the camera?
Did the camera just stop?
I think it might have.
Uh-oh.
That's
I think it.
You want to go check on it?
Either that or the microwave's done.
Well, if there's somebody microwaving something, we have another problem. Like, there's a problem that DJ can fix, which is the camera. There's a problem that you can fix.
It's same as a stink bug. Just committed super poo and
the camera?
in the fucking microwave.
Yeah, the battery probably just died or something, I'm assuming.
What does the battery say? It's the battery? Yeah. Swap it out for the other one. Well, that sucks. The battery doesn't last long enough.
How long have we been going, just for record?
Hour and a minute.
Hour and a minute? Okay.
So
that's like an hour 10. Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Well, get what you pay for, I suppose.
But we could we can direct plug it into the wall.
Well, we can, but it was shutting off when I had it direct plugged in.
Which is a whole nother problem.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
We'll address that, yeah.
Well, I mean, we gotta.
Do you need me to do it?
We gotta eat up some time while
you
DJ's
have to
up.
take it off. You have to take it off of the tripod.
I really need hold music for our podcast.
There's a little lever. There's a lever that's on the shoe that hooks the tripod base. Hang on, I'm coming.
It's so freaking warm up here.
Hang on.
So anyway, the searching habits of those that have shot redcoats in the face far outweigh the habits of those that have not.
Okay. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is the thing that's happening. I guess I should probably give a play-by-play again, like we did for the damn stink bug. Which there's another stink bug in here now too.
He was moving when DJ was over there.
Yeah, so what
He's behind the sign somewhere.
There's a stink bug portal, I think, in this window.
Quite possible.
Which is what I'm figuring. There was one earlier.
Do they prefer heat or cool?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm assuming heat.
Yeah, because it's hotter than shit up here. Right
Well, that's why I took my hoodie off. Oh, this is going fantastically. Everything just fell apart, listeners. Oh, yeah, that is true. But you did catch the camera part, at least.
Got the important part.
That's good. That's good stuff. And also, I'm not sure if that battery charged long enough. Like, it says it was full, but I don't believe it was full. Believe it.
Yeah, they weren't on that charger for very long.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That one was blue.
Oh, and we have...
Oh, there's a stink bug that's flying. Is
liftoff.
that a stink plug? What is that?
Where?
Oh, it landed on the... Oh, yeah, that is definitely a stink plug.
He's going to die soon.
It's on the light. Yep.
Oh. Thank you, sir.
Somebody want to do anything about that? Or, well, I mean...
It's just a name. You'll be fine.
Yeah, put it in the old packaging.
Watermelon stink bug.
There you go. Oh, my God.
Walter Malone, the stink bug.
Ah. Yeah, we obviously I have a stink bug issue somewhere in my attic, so I'm going to have to figure that out. I have a stink bug portal. You have a snake portal in your house, though, B, so I'll take this versus that. Okay.
This might be the first episode you have to edit.
Well, I can edit it when
Yeah,
we put the footage together.
sure.
I can edit all that out. Anyway,
Okay.
we're
If we decided to chop this out, that's what I meant.
I wish I had some content to add to this, but I really don't. I've been on my deathbed of a toilet for the past week, so I haven't had a chance to do any kind of substantial research on this, which is why DJ's been leading this. Oh, actually, I muted you. I'm sorry.
You're not.
I'm unmuted.
There we go.
There we go. Sorry, I muted it when B was moving.
Sorry.
They didn't need to hear all the crashing and the moving.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
All right, so we're back. Where were we?
This really is a rough draft.
Yeah, this is one of our.
In this
one of those
podcast,
episodes.
you get the three-dimensional experience.
It's true.
These are so
None of that
good.
polished bullshit.
It's true.
Okay, so we basically they find the jacket.
Yes.
Proves Lindy's hasn't been lying.
Yes.
Also, I should mention this during the court trials, probably right before, this was during one of the 4 inquiries. A lot of the doctors and people were trying to prove that it was impossible for the dingo to even pick up a 10-pound baby or to even get the head in the mouth.
Yeah.
And
that's just dumb.
And it's like, what were you doing to try to prove those fucking tests?
Did you see the video of them taking a dingo's mouth and putting a baby doll in it?
Were they really?
Yeah. They took a dingo's mouth. It was like a domesticated dingo, and they would open the dingo's mouth and try to put a baby doll's head in the dingo's mouth.
That's wild.
Yeah. And
How far do you think you can carry 10 pounds in your mouth? Right?
There's no answer that I'm going to give that's not going to come back.
Yeah, but that is going to be if we ever do become a successful podcast, that's going to be the first thing people meet.
It's like, why are you gay? It doesn't matter what you say.
Exactly. There's no beating those charges.
you know how I know you're gay?
Exactly. There are no beating those
Carry
charges
the whole dude.
by the meat.
Okay, now, so they basically, what is it? The term it was called? The claim is dismissed as a factual lie. Is that? Oh no, a fanciful lie.
There we go.
A fanciful lie. Yeah.
So you had an oxymoron there first.
Yeah, I was like,
Factual lie. Okay. Continue,
So-
Inception.
So once this kind of committee, innocence committee, I guess, is formed, then they decide to look into the case again, and that's when all of this evidence, basically all the evidence that convicted her in the first trial, was debunked. Almost all of it, I believe.
Not gonna lie, Innocence Committee sounds like a trap.
It does.
100. It sounds like the.
I don't know if that's what it's called, but-
I would say it sounds like the law firm that the Stooges would have.
So, the case is reopened. The new evidence, the forensic evidence that they ended up uncovering was deeply, deeply flawed. And they're like, this is why. So the blood ended up being debunked. The blood spatter ended up being debunked.
The hair, right?
The hair ended up being debunked. It was dingo hair.
Yeah.
The cuts in her clothing ended up being shown that it could very well have been teeth instead of scissors. I don't even know why that was whatever.
Yeah.
And then the fact that there was no motive. There was eyewitness testimony at the campground that heard the baby crying right before she ran and like found that the baby was gone, which according to the police's timeline, that shouldn't have been possible because the baby would have already been dead.
Yeah.
And then there was they like interviewed a lot more people who were there. They like they did a much more thorough job, and a lot of the evidence was debunked. So then in 1988, the commissioner finds that Lindy and Michael Chamberlain are innocent, and they were officially pardoned, and their convictions were overturned.
Yeah, and that's 2 more years after the fact of the evidence that coming up. So she was in jail for like 7 or 8 years.
She missed
during this whole process.
She lost her baby, and then she misses her second child growing up, basically. Being in jail for something she didn't do.
Yep. And now the goal is basically because they were trying to get Australia to see in the eyes of the court that the dingo was the cause of death for the baby, which they did dismiss the charges against Lindy, but that's not what they labeled the death as. Then that's what her and Michael were fighting for. And it actually took them all the way until the year 2020 till Australia actually finally declared the case death by dingo.
I thought it was 2012.
Is that what
I saw 2012 for.
I have 2012. The fourth and final inquest officially rules that Azaria was killed by a dingo.
Plus there was a second one.
Okay, I wrote that down wrong.
Yeah, the third inquest left the cause of death ambiguous, like unfounded or whatever. And then the fourth inquest in 2012 ruled that she was killed by a dingo.
Okay, yeah.
And then the coroner formally apologized to the Chamberlain family in 2012.
And that's like a long fucking time afterwards. During this course, her and Michael get divorced. Michael passes away of leukemia.
It absolutely like destroyed these people's lives.
Yeah, fucking ruined them. They made some movies about it, which is probably what people in America would hear the most about it.
They made a Meryl Streep movie.
Yeah, with Sam Neill, the Jurassic Park guy.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he plays the dad.
I did not watch that movie.
I wanted to and just never got the chance to during this.
You guys can look that up. It's called A Cry in the Dark.
Lindy ended up, I think, she did get remarried. She's like in her 70s now or something, right?
Yeah, she did get remarried. Yeah.
I saw an interview with their second daughter, the baby she was pregnant with. She was like in high school or something, maybe a little bit older. She went back to the campground with her father. This was before her father died. Yeah, she went back to the campground and they like interviewed her and stuff. And it was really sad.
Yeah, and like they had a picture of the dingo. Like he said, one of the guys was taking pictures and one of the dingoes was like entering his van. And it was like, yeah, that was probably the dingo.
Oh, yeah. They asked the guy, they're like, do you think that was the dingo that took Azaria? And he was like, oh, yeah.
Fucking Roy is right, it was.
He was like, that little shit.
Bunch of Australians walking through the woods like, where are you, you little fucker?
Yeah, so it was a really shitty kind of miscarriage of justice that turned into a meme that ended up getting righted eventually.
Yeah, America fucking curb stomped the shit out of that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid and hearing that everywhere and having absolutely no idea where it came from.
Seinfeld, I know for a fact Seinfeld was the first time I ever heard anything about this.
You cannot tell me the first thing you would probably think of if you met an Australian is a dingo ate their baby.
Yep, that strap on a Barbie.
And Crikey.
And that.
And
Steve Irwin.
Foster's.
And the knife thing.
Foster's is getting lower on the list. Like the further we are away from those commercials back in the day.
It's Australian for beer.
Yeah, you know.
God.
I mean, those were everywhere.
Outback Steakhouse.
Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife.
So Steve Irwin's son recently did a photo shoot. Hang on.
Oh, man.
Hang on a second.
Is Steve Australian or he's like New Zealand or something?
Steve Irwin?
Like that?
He's Australian.
Australian.
Oh, yeah. the crocodile hunter. Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, I like that
Look
his
it up.
kids carried
Look
on
at
his legacy.
Sheila.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so like I follow his son on Instagram, and his son is like exactly the same as his father. Basically, they're like the same person. He's got the same personality. He's very into animals. He does exactly what his dad did. He's on like, Disney Channel with the little kid shows, holding lizards and shit. And then he comes out and does this photo shoot. Hang on.
Oh no. It's
Fair
gonna be
enough.
sad. It's gonna be sad, isn't it?
Robert Irwin, that's his name.
Yeah, I know the daughter's name, but I can't remember the son's name.
Yeah, the daughter's name is Bindi.
Right, because it's just so unique, it sticks out.
Bobby.
Bindi was actually named after a crocodile. But
That's a big fucking slot to
enough.
fill right there.
Yeah, those are some big
Kid.
shorts.
Yeah, man. To be Steve Irwin's kid.
Yeah, kids. Yeah, well, because they both work with animals.
Yeah.
like they
That's true.
which is cool
like,
because the mom did too.
Oh, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Jeez. What the hell?
He did a whole bunch of
So he's out there thirst trapping for
it
the
was an
animals.
underwear campaign.
He's out there thirst trapping for the animals.
Yes. He's
It better be raising money.
He's doing an underwear campaign.
Steve's fucking rolling over at his grave right now.
If it's for the animals, I think he'd allow
That's
it.
true. It could be for the animals.
You
look at him.
inconsiderate fucker.
Look at that kid.
That's not cool, man.
Well, that's
Look at him.
What are you doing? What you doing?
Well, I think he's kind of become a little bit of a heartthrob because of how active he is on social media, and he's so cute, and everybody loves him. So, like, obviously, girls are just nuts
Yeah, they're all about it.
about him. And so an underwear company was probably like, if we can get this kid to take his shirt off.
Bobby Irwin. Bobby's out there crushing it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Steve Irwin's kid
Yeah.
just out there looking like that?
Right? I know.
Wow, well, that's like talk about winning the lottery.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
well, yeah. Like,
look
and
at
we're
him.
only talking about the
Yeah.
son. The daughter's fine as hell too, though.
Look at
She's
that.
adorable.
Like,
Yeah.
It looks like fucking AI made him.
I know.
Like
He
if you
doesn't-
asked
he
AI,
doesn't even
could
look
you
real.
make me the most
we go.
perfect human being ever?
Yeah. He doesn't even look real.
And AI's like, yeah, it's Steve Irwin's kid.
Yeah. Yep. He's holding a koala. Look at him.
That's like Pretty Steve. Remember Pretty Steve?
oh man, I do remember Pretty Steve.
Maryville?
Man,
Yeah.
I forgot about Pretty Steve.
He'd probably still catch one. Shout out Pretty Steve. You ever
Shout
see
out
this?
to Pretty Steve. I don't, dude. Like, man, if he listens to this podcast, that'd be fucking wild.
Who knows,
He might.
Who fucking knows?
He might. I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, hope you're doing well.
Didn't he move like West Coast or something like that?
Utah.
Close enough.
Yeah, upper northwest,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that kid better watch out, man. He's gonna turn out like Justin Bieber real quick.
He's like
You know?
done a ton of modeling.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna again say that his sister's also fine.
Bindi Irwin.
'Cause I think she's older than him.
She is older than him, yeah. He was a baby when Steve Irwin died.
Unfortunate.
She was like 6 or something.
Oh, jeez.
But she's adorable. She got married and has her own kids now, and
Yeah.
she's super cute.
Good job,
Oh, yeah.
Steve.
Right. Thanks, Steve.
Good seed right there. Good
But yeah, it's
genes.
cool that at least his kids did keep the legacy. Like, they're out there doing good work.
Yeah. Yep, they are.
The Irwin name will never die.
They have a.
I hope not.
They like own the Australia Zoo or whatever or something. Like run the place.
Random, but okay. Not really
bad
that
Steve
random.
I mean, it's what I would expect.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
really,
not
that
really random. But yeah, that's cool. Right on.
It's too bad Steve Irwin wasn't around for this case.
Oh man, he was.
Send
No,
him
he
out
was
there.
alive.
He was
but
alive.
Well, where was he?
He was busy getting his
He was defending
fingers.
The,
He was
bitten
probably
off by-
somebody's intern at the time.
yeah.
This was the 80s.
Well,
What was
yeah,
he-
the
what was he
80s.
doing in the 80s?
Yeah, when was he?
What's 80s Irwin look like? Now I'm
Steve
curious because when did he start popping up? Like 90s, right?
90s, I would
For
say.
sure.
90s, 2000s.
Late 90s, probably. Yeah.
In the 1980s, Steve Irwin was a key figure in Queensland's East Coast Crocodile Management Program. So he was just like working.
Yeah, it says.
Fuck with crocodiles. I don't give a fuck about a dingo.
Yeah, he was
Seen
working
his,
with.
you seen his teeth?
Look at him. Look at his hair.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's 80s Steve Irwin.
Dude, you think he
Hell
was
yeah.
doing blow?
I hope so.
Just fucking. He looks
I
like
mean-
Ozzy Osbourne right there.
He's just
Jeez.
like wrestling alligators, so probably.
Man, the cocaine was pure.
It's almost like not
Those
much
animals,
changed.
Some
It's just
Australian
like
Bam
got,
Bam,
it
dude.
got blown further back
Yeah.
as time went on.
Oh my gosh.
He's fucking sniffing scorpion poison to get fucking high. And just
I don't know if that's actually him or not, so I'm not gonna.
He looks like a
he
wrestler.
was. I was just looking through like his career. He was just working at. He was working with crocodiles in the 80s. So he was busy,
Have to do
He
a whole
wasn't
episode on
famous
Steve.
yet, but
but he was still doing what he loved.
I would love to do an episode on Steve Irwin.
We honestly should. Like his
He's
career is
great.
pretty storied.
He's great.
Yeah.
We should do an episode about like him, and then like just have like a series of like the good part of our childhood.
Yeah.
Like so, we
Yeah.
have him and
We can talk about like him, Mr. Rogers,
Mr.
Bob
Rogers.
Ross.
Yeah, Bob Ross.
Well, we can change the episode that we didn't do yet. The one that got delayed and do that in thirds.
Sure. I mean, that'd be easy.
Yeah, make that more of a childhood.
However, we do still have a list of episodes we have not done for the listeners
We do.
that have
Yeah.
requested. We need to get to these requests
I know. we do.
sooner than later. Because we always say that we'll do them, and then we just never do.
We do eventually. Usually.
Yeah, but we try to get them. We were doing them first. We
Yeah,
should
we
probably
were.
get back to that mindset. But
Well, let's do that.
yeah, we'll all right. Yeah, next episode we'll figure it out. Anyways, are we done covering this one though, so I can wrap it?
Yeah, I think so. Is
So
there
I'm
anything
hungry
else-
and I wanna
anything
sit on my
else you
couch.
wanna add?
Yeah, I want to eat before.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we made it this far in the episode. We appreciate it. Sorry for the technical difficulties and the new setup. It's fine. We're working on it. We're gonna get there. We appreciate your continued support though. So give us a like and follow on your favorite social medias. Check out our merch. What else we got? My brain's not working today. I'm coming off of
Follow us on social.
Yeah,
give us
merch.
a like. Give us a share.
Yep, give us a
Check out
follow.
our merch.
Yep.
Go visit our Patreon.
Yep.
Yeah, reviews. Go check out the YouTube page.
Yep.
If you see us, give us a high five.
Yep. Man, maybe.
Tell us your favorite Australian sexually transmitted disease.
Who would you
It's gotta be chlamydia.
who would you fight in Australia?
Oh, jeez.
Who?
Yes, animal or person.
Okay, that's
Pick
my,
one.
that's my favorite Australian.
Hugh
snake.
Jackman?
Okay, I couldn't fight Hugh Jackman. I like that guy. Deadpool 3 should not have been as good as it was.
That movie was a freaking masterpiece.
It was, and it was because Hugh Jackman was acting his fucking heart out when he didn't need to.
Yeah.
And anyway, all right, we're wrapping up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it.
about right. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for making it this far in the episode. We appreciate it. Like we always said, give us a share, give us a follow, give us a like. We appreciate the continued support. We're gonna figure this situation out in here, and we'll be back next week. So yeah, thank you, and y'all be cool.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
That was an hour 20. So I should probably stop.